have 4 members present. We are 2 shy away from having quorum.
Okay. You let me know when you're ready to start.
Erin, could we have a countdown and go live just so we can get the meeting started?
Do you want to start now or do you want to wait for the other 2 members?
I think we can start now. I don't want to hold our guests from their job
All
today.
right, give me 1 second and we'll start.
Sure.
What happened?
Okay, 5-second countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Miami Beach Senior Affairs Committee. Today is April 24th, 2023. My name is Debbie Quaid with Cervera Real Estate. I chair the council with Oscar Lorente from Mount Sinai Hospital. And I'd like to start with our mission statement. The mission statement of our committee is to be the advocates for the betterment of our seniors by promoting the physical, emotional, and social well-being of adults aged 55 years and older living in our diverse community of Miami Beach. And I'd like to welcome the committee members. We'll do a roll call. Blackstone Apartments, we have a vacant seat and we are hoping to fill that. Council Towers South, Natasha Fernandez, welcome.
Great.
Nice to see you.
Thank you. Nice to see you too.
Council Towers North, we do have a vacant seat. If anyone in the community or our Facebook friends know someone in Council Towers North also, we'd love to hear from you. You can get in touch with Commissioner Richardson's A. Lewis. Federation Towers, Magui.
Yes, I'm here. Okay, good morning, everyone.
Four Freedoms House, Enil de Tamas is absent this morning. Rebecca Towers, Anna Robello is absent this morning. Stella Maris, Gabby. I don't see Gabby yet, but she will probably join us. Unidad of Miami Beach, Larissa, good morning.
Good morning.
I am a member of the committee at large, and Carolina Kudros is also a member at large. Good morning, Carolina. I'm sure you'll join us soon. Hispanic Affairs Committee Chair, Carmen de Torre. Hispanic Affairs, okay. Jewish Community Services of South Florida, Jessica Wallach will be absent this morning. And Mount Sinai Medical Center, Oscar Lorente. Good morning, Oscar. It's so nice to see you.
Thank you. Good morning, everyone.
You guys can all see the sun, our beautiful Miami Beach liquid sunshine medicine streaming through my curtains as the sun rises this morning. Today, we have an amazing presentation from Manny Marquez, is the Assistant Director of the City Miami Beach Finance Department, and Jacqueline Sacedo, City of Miami Beach Parking Department. Our presentation is going to be on the parking programs and permits specifically available for our senior committee. So I'd like to now welcome Morgan Goldberg and Sasha Gonzalez. If you would unmute yourselves and tell us a little about what you're going to be speaking this morning. Morgan?
Morning. This is Sasha working from the Finance Customer Service Department. We have a PowerPoint. Morgan's gonna display that in a second.
Okay, I'm promoting Morgan to panelist to see if that will make it easier for her to work the PowerPoint.
Mhm.
Perfect, thank you.
You see the PowerPoint, Morgan? Morgan, we can't hear you. Maybe unmute yourself.
Oh, so sorry. I thought it was already automatically unmuted.
No, go ahead. Start from the beginning. Go ahead. We can hear you now.
Okay, hold on. Okay, there are two permits that are mainly for seniors. The two permits are the caregiver permit and the disabled parking permit. And we're gonna talk briefly about both of them. The caregiver parking permit is for bona fide Miami Beach residents that require medical care. Either by a caregiver or family member that assists them to for their everyday support. The permit is for the caregiver's permit. It's available. It's valid both daytime and nighttime in the residential parking restricted zones. But it does not exempt them from parking at it doesn't allow them to park at meters or prohibited parking like meters, pay stations, fire hydrants, crosswalk, pavement markings, and so on.
Morgan, let me ask you, does this also apply, they're allowed to park during holidays and weekends?
Yes, it is.
Thank you.
The requirement for the program is that the resident must provide a utility bill or bank statement dated within the last 30 days. The participant must be 62 years of age or over, and or be a Medicare or Medicaid participant. They need to complete a notarized affidavit that they can obtain in our office. We can forward it to you guys, to Louis. So if anybody needs the affidavit, they can contact them. He maybe can forward it to them. And the original letter signed by a physician or the director of a nursery agency. And just so you guys know exactly what's required in that caregiver letter, it's it needs to be signed again, like I said, by the physician or the nursing agency. It needs to have the date, a current date, the name of the caregiver and the duration of the service, the name of the resident and their address, and then the license plate and the make of vehicle of the car that's going to be parked in the restricted zone.
When it comes to frequency of service, if someone has a caregiver 2 days a week, does that qualify?
If we go to the next slide, it's for a minimum of 6 months. So the permit is issued a duration of 6 months. So if the caregiver, doesn't matter if it goes once a week, twice a week, the permit is valid for 6 months. The permit is valid for, it's one per person, but if there's 2 individuals in the household, each individual can have a permit. So the max is 2. The caregiver permit is $25 plus tax for 6 months duration. If you need it less, I'll get prorated for a month or 2, depending on what the resident's need is. The permit is not specific to one caregiver, so if they have multiple caregivers, they can swap it out. So let's say that they have somebody coming in the morning to check their blood pressure and their vital signs. That one caregiver can have that permit in the morning. In the evening, you have another caregiver come in to bathe them or take care of some household items, that needs to be taken care of, like give them their medicines, prepare their meals. The same permit can be used by both caregivers. The permit is only valid in the authorized zones. We can also provide a map of the zones. And if the permit's lost, we can replace it, but we would have to see the frequency of the permit being lost. If it's been lost already twice in 6 month duration, we may not approve the second replacement. We might just replace the first, approve the first replacement. Any questions about the caregiver permit before we move forward with it?
Is this a tag or is it by license plate?
It's a hand tag, so it goes in the rear view mirror of the vehicle. Any other questions? Okay, we're gonna move forward with the residential disabled program. So while we were having issues with the abuse of the disabled permit, so this program was created. It's a virtual permit. This is license plate based. And it's for the residential zones. The resident can must reside in one of our 20 residential parking zones to qualify for it. The requirements is the residents, their photo ID, their vehicle registration, the proof of residency dated within the last 30 days, and their disabled registration with the plaque card. Must be valid as well as the permit is zone specific, so if the resident lives in zone 2, they can only park in zone 2. The permit is based on another license plate. It's issued at no charge to the resident. If there's any special ADA requirements that the individual has does not meet the requirement, we will evaluate that. And if the disabled plaque card owner does not drive, as long as somebody in the household does have a vehicle registration, we can go ahead and issue the permit. It will still be under the disabled person's name, but we will issue the permit under the vehicle of their if it's their spouse, their child, we'll put it under their account. Any questions regarding the residential disabled permit?
I have one question. Apologies, Bianca here. If a person has to take their car in to the shop and they're borrowing a car or they have a temporary car, how do they go about still being able to use the permit since it is license based?
You would have to come into our office with the rental car agreement or the registration that you're borrowing the vehicle and the estimate from the body shop, and we will issue a temporary permit for the duration that the car is going to be in the body shop.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Any other questions regarding the residential permit or the caregiver permit?
No, thank you.
Okay, that will conclude our presentation.
Wonderful, fantastic. If someone is housebound, they're housebound, they do have the driver, and the driver is not able for whatever reason to go in person, can anything be done online? Or how do we reach your department if someone needs to reach you for questions?
We do have an email that can mail in the documents. The email is residential parking permit at miamibeachfl.gov. If you want, we can go ahead and email that to the.
Yeah, so email it to me. Morgan has my contact information.
Yeah, we'll email that to the liaison and with a copy of the residential application and the caregiver application.
Thank you. And how do they renew it every 6 months? Can that be done online?
The caregiver, unfortunately, no, because they have to come in and pick up the permit. But we've had the nurse or their family member come in and they can go ahead and apply for the resident.
And what is the address where they go?
Our address, we're located at 1755 Meridian Avenue, first floor. We're adjacent to City Hall.
When they go into the first floor, what do they ask for? Because you have so many different departments there.
They can just ask for the permit that they're coming in to apply. They're coming in for the caregivers. The greeter will know that it's a parking permit and they'll issue them a parking ticket.
And even though they're renewing, what material do they have to bring with them?
They still have to bring all the documents.
Which is?
From the physician, the affidavit and the proof of residency.
And car registration, correct?
with the caregiver, that the registration will
Oh,
be
okay.
the information of the caregiver.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions at all?
No.
I would like to request.
Go ahead, Natasha.
Okay, if possibly, please, I would like to this instruction received by email.
How about the PowerPoint presentation, Louis?
I don't know, Morgan and Sasha, can you send me the PowerPoint as well?
We can do that.
And then I'll send it to you, Natasha. Ellas me van a enviar la presentación, Natasha, y luego yo se la envío al comité para que todos lo tengan.
Okay, thank you so much.
And I'll ask all of our committee members to please share with your communities and get the word out. I know we had someone who recently, her caregiver's car was towed. And so we'd like to get the information out that these people do have an opportunity from the city of Miami Beach to work with them and help make life a lot easier. So Morgan, Sasha, if you're there too, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It's great information. We look
Chair,
forward. Yes.
I think Maui, did you have a question?
No. It's okay. Thank you. Thank you very much. A very nice information. Mhm.
Go ahead, Chair.
Okay, thank you, ladies, and have a beautiful day taking very good care of our city. We appreciate your time and hope to see you soon. If you ever have new information for our seniors, please reach out to Louis, and we'd love to share it with the community. So
Will
thank
do.
you.
Thank you so much. Have a good day.
Chair.
Thank
and
you,
we
thank
have
you so much.
Alberto Ventura, which I think is the Deputy Assistant of the Parking Department, raised his hand.
Oh, fantastic. Alberto?
Good morning, Alberto Ventura, Assistant Parking Director. One thing that I also need some information as far as the disabled permit. The disabled permit, you need a residential permit for the zone, but if it's let's say it's a guest coming to see you and they also have a disabled permit, as long as they park in a disabled space within that zone, they do not need to have a residential permit.
Does everybody understand that?
Mm,
So
Not sure.
if someone is coming to visit and they have a disabled permit, then they can park in the disabled zone. Alberto, if someone is applying for the $25 caregiver or applying for anything, do they also have to apply and pay for the residential permit, which I believe can be $60 to $80 a year?
No, because the caregiver permit is just for that, is for the caregivers to use in those residential zones. Or whatever area they're designated to.
Okay,
And they should, normally the finance department will give you a copy of the zone and where you're authorized to park, so that there are no problems when they're going into the area.
so the caregiver permit is good only for the zone. The disabled permit is good for all 20 parking zones in Miami Beach, correct?
The disabled permit, the permit itself, you can use it anywhere in the city of Miami Beach as long as it's in a disabled parking space. Now, for the residents that live in an area, their permit that the city issues, it's only for their zone.
So Alberto, it was my understanding if you had a disabled permit, you would be allowed to park anywhere, not just in a disabled zone.
Exactly.
No, there's two things. The disabled permit authorizes you to park in any meter, currently in any meter, any garage, any parking lot, or any disabled space, as long as you display that permit on your rearview mirror. If you live in a residential zone, you need to come to the finance department where Sasha and Morgan work, register your permit, but that permit would only be valid in the area in the zone in which you live in.
Okay, so I understand now. Does everybody understand that?
Yes, but can I ask you something?
Go ahead, Maggie.
Okay, I believe that we have some in the plate, we have something from the committee that let us parking in the residential area and nothing happened to our car. Is that correct?
If you have a disabled permit, you have to make sure you register that permit to the zone in which you live in. As long as it's registered, the enforcement division will not do anything to your vehicle. Currently, and we've been doing this for next month is going to be a year, where if you have a disabled permit and you're displaying it and you're not registered with us, we will issue you a ticket. That ticket will be dismissed once you come into our office to register your permit.
But Alberto Magui's question was, committee members enjoy a benefit of having the citywide permit.
The citywide permit is valid citywide. That is correct.
So Maui, you are protected if you haven't done
Okay,
that.
okay.
Yeah,
Thank you
that's-
very much. Thank you.
Thank you, Alberto, for that information. Does anybody have any other questions? No? All right. So we're ready to move on. Everybody, you have all your parking information, and Louis will send us as soon as he has it. Any of our Facebook friends, please reach out to Louis and he will provide you with the information. Now we're going to talk about May 2023, our calendar of events. Flamingo Park, North Shore Park and Youth Center, Scott Raiko Youth Center. Everyone is open, having a grand time. Louis, do you have some calendars for us this morning?
I have not received them, but I see Lucy is on from Parks. Actually, Parks last month wants to start participating in our meetings. So we have Bianca from Housing and Community Services joining us regularly. And now we're gonna have Lucy, I think, just raised her hand. So if you could recognize her, Chair from the Parks Department.
Okay, good morning, Lucy Alonso from the City of Miami Beach Parks Department. Welcome. You have anything exciting to tell us this morning? You can unmute yourself.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
So we don't have the calendar ready, but pretty much nothing's changed. We should have it ready this week and I will make sure that it's sent out to you, and moving forward, I will make sure that it's ready prior to this meeting. Nothing really much has changed. We are gearing up for the summertime, so May would be our last full operational everyday activities for seniors in Parks and Recreation. Unidad still stays the same, but Flamingo Park and Scott Raiko Youth Center in June will minimize the activities due to us having the summer camp and having the children there. We are looking to actively engage like the parking garage as we did last year in order to have programming there for the South End seniors. So I will hopefully have some updates for you next month on that. And then we also have an art gallery on May 4th at Unidad, and we invite everybody to come and see all of our participants' artwork. This is our second one this year because we usually just have one, but it was very popular and the seniors really wanted a second one. So we're going to be having it May 4th at 6 p.m. at Unidad from 6 to 8. So please come out and support the seniors and see their artwork. That's all I have for us for the upcoming month. If you have any questions.
Great, thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
Any questions?
No.
Okay, let's do our discussion of each building. Natasha, what's new at Council Tower South?
Here I am. Good morning, everyone. I would like to start to thank and congratulate the police department and other to the beautiful party yesterday. Sorry. Capital repair of the Council Tower South building continuing. A single elevator for the resident. Does a lot. And the water course due to needs. I am grateful for the female residents. The Ocean Drive party maintenance a lot of tourist and resident activity, everything under control, cleaning and police service. Thank you. And by the way, I am a participant of the senior soccer program. Last week, Cubillas, a great Peruvian footballer, trained us. The Mega TV cameras interviewed us and recorded the activity. For my honor, they recorded my words to conclude the video. I invited you to watch. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. I saw a lot of pictures from that senior soccer. Can we
Thank you.
find those videos on Facebook also?
Yes,
Fantastic. You guys had a wonderful time.
thank you. So happy for this reason. So happy.
And where
participating.
can the seniors participate in senior soccer? What day and the location?
And
Tuesday
on Tuesday, 10 o'clock
at the North Shore Park.
in the
North
North
Shore
Park. Yes,
Great, thank you.
thank you. So happy to participate. Adrenalina, a lot.
Magui, Federation Towers.
Yes, good morning, everyone. Thank you for everything. And Federation Towers is still having the tenant meetings. The last one, Luis came and participated with us. But unfortunately, the security about the gate and the entrance of the parking lot is still unsolved. So we are worried about our security in the building. And we are thinking about probably to get it to the commission meeting and see if we can find another way to do it, because our security is very, very, very poor, and we are an old people and living in a building that has 11 floors and 114 apartments, and we are completely, without security, without open gate in the parking lot. Everyone can come, everyone can go and sitting down in the little park that we have outside, and everyone can park the car in a parking lot and doing whatever they want to. Okay, and they are very, 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 thinking that some people can come and go around the one of our tenants. So people and a guy in a bike doing rounds around our cars. And my car probably was trying to open because the entrance, my door entrance is very damaged. So I cannot live without the security of the gate. That's our main problem in the building. Everything else is good. Our management is, we are open the gym area, very good, place, and the second floor is very good. This is room meeting. We have a lot of tables for playing dominoes, playing pool, but not always allowed, because when the office is closed, we are not allowed to go to that special, units in our building. So that is our main complaint, is the security of the building.
Louis, is there anything we can do? Is it that management does not have the funds? The building doesn't have the funds for a security gate?
So I attended, and we can get into my report. I attended on April 12th, the tenants meeting at the Federation. Thank you, Magui, for inviting me. And there, we're trying to work with the management company to try to find a solution. The commissioner's approach would be to do that first before exploring what the city's options are. The challenge is if it's, I was asking staff to see if it was a building code violation. My understanding is that it would only be a building code violation if the gate was not open. But the problem is the gate is open, and so people can come in and out, and that becomes a security problem. It's not a building violation problem, from what I understand and ask staff. So the next steps is to continue working with the administration of the building to see if they can figure it out. At the meeting, they announced that there was
May 10th.
proposal sent, right, a quote sent to the administration for their consideration. And then what also was announced, and I told Magui I was going to attend the May meeting of the Tenants Association, because the property owner or they're coming from New York or wherever they're based out of, and Fairstead, I think is the name of the
First step, that's correct.
So we'll be there, and then in the interim, I'm exploring options to see what we can do to communicate to the owner that this is an important thing that the city commission is looking and we're keeping an eye on.
Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you.
Thank you. For Freedom's House, Enilda Thomas is excused this morning. However, she did want to say the residents are very grateful for the donation of beautiful furniture for their sitting room. And they are very, very happy to have it. It's comfortable, it's lovely, and they appreciate the donation. So that is Enilda's report.
Very nice.
Yes. Oscar, do you have anything to report from the medical world? Mount Sinai, Oscar Lorente?
Hey, good morning again. The only thing we have to report is that we did meet with the Disabilities Committee regarding address here at Mount Sinai on the campus. I know we had some challenges with people identifying which buildings that they need to be at. And that there's not proper signage. So we are working with the committee, and I will have updated information once we received it, what we received and what we're doing to better our signage throughout the campus. So if you have any suggestions or any issues, you could always reach out to me via either Debbie or Lewis, or if anyone has my contact information, you could always call me.
Thank you. And if somebody has a disability permit, do they have to pay to park in the garage?
No, there's plenty of disability parking throughout the area.
Thank you. Anybody have any questions for that? And Bianca, I'm going to ask you, I know you're not on our committee, however, we do want to hear from you because it's always good information for the seniors. So if you want to unmute yourself and let us know of anything new and exciting we need to know.
Thank you. Yes. So as you know, tax season is over. But I did send out that information to Lewis, and I'm sure he already shared that out with everybody so that you kind of have an idea of how it's going to work next year. And then we have upcoming over the summer, we're going to be doing some nutrition classes. I don't have the dates yet. We're still working on those dates, but there's going to be nutrition classes. We're working with the state attorney's office to also provide some anti-scam workshops specifically for the elderly. And there will also be some hurricane preparedness workshops coming up as well. And as soon as I have dates, I will make flyers and then share those with everybody. So those are some of the really fun things going on for over the summer. Well, I wouldn't call hurricane preparedness fun, but it is good. So, so that's what we've got coming up.
Thank you.
Oh, and one more thing, I noticed JCS isn't here. I have asked them to share their calendar with me for May. So, because we like to put it up in our walk-in center. So as soon as I have that, if they haven't shared it with you, I'll go ahead and send that to Lewis as well so that we can share that calendar.
Thank you. Can you also give us the address of your walk-in center for those that don't know?
Absolutely. 765 17th Street. We're right next to the Massage Envy and across the street from Macy's.
Hours open?
It's 8:30 to 5, and we do close for lunch between 12 and 1. And We also have a DCF liaison that also works out of our office Monday through Friday, and he's available from 9 to 4, also closed from 12 to 1 for lunch.
Okay. And DCF stands for?
Department of Children and Families. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Bianca. Does anybody have any questions? Let's move on to new business. Louis, do we have new business to talk about right now?
Yes, just to give you an update, I gave you an update on Federation Towers and what we're doing there. I also met with Gabby. They have an issue with a bus stop up there. So as part of next month's discussion or topic for a meeting, I was thinking perhaps we should get the county to give us an update on the Better Bus project, which would entail a changing or a reorganization of the bus routes throughout the entire county and how that will impact stops at Rebecca, for Freedoms, Federation, and up north in Stella Maris and what have you. So that would be what I was thinking of doing, unless anybody else has any other idea. And then Thursday, May 18th is the next food distribution that Bianca is in charge of now. So any questions you can ask me and I'll ask Bianca about. The next city commission meeting is this Friday, April 28th. And then our next meeting is May 22nd. That's all.
Thank you.
I can share the flyer for next month's food distribution, and it'll be on the 18th. And I'll share that flyer with you, Louis, so that it can be passed out.
Great, thank you. I like the topic Butter Best project. I think that's super important, and I'd love to see how far we've gotten with all of the comments too from the seniors about losing particular bus stops. So how does the committee feel? Does everyone agree?
And Chair Gabby Baglietto just joined us. So I don't know if you want to recognize her and for her to give her update or.
Sure. Good morning, Gabby. You can unmute yourself. You're just in time to give us any kind of update that you have for Stella Maris.
Well, Stella Maris, they are remodelation all around the building. Many people work outside. And then, well, we are so happy about the bus, the cross
Crosswalk.
is going to be, yeah, thank you. And that's it for now.
What is the update on the crosswalk?
Well, they say they're going to make a temporary signage. We have to search what, because nothing happening now. We're going to talk to the people who offer this signage lights. We see what happened these days.
So the Gabby told me that the Florida Department of Transportation, I actually did not know, had a public meeting at the building on this. So the community is being kept updated as to the timeline and the progress.
Yeah, that's right.
That's wonderful. Anything else, Gabby?
No, for now, no.
Okay.
I want to ask something. Can
Go
I?
ahead. Yes.
I want to invite everybody to a special celebration of Mother's Day in the Van Shell in May 11 at 6 p.m. As part of Miami Beach Senior Chorus, I invite everybody to go over there. There is going to be a beautiful show named Broadway Highlights. So everybody is invited. Okay.
And that's at the North Beach Band Shell, correct?
Exactly.
May 11th, 6 p.m.
Exactly. Thank you very much.
Fantastic. Louis, or whoever put this thing up, the flyer, if you could email that to us and we can put it on our social media, that would be wonderful.
Yes, we'll do.
Wow, it's like fun. Thank you.
Okay.
Does anyone else have anything for our meeting today before we adjourn? Any questions? No, okay, so we have our topic for next month and we have the date, Monday, May 22nd at 9:30 a.m. And I hope to see all of you there. Thank you and have an absolutely beautiful day today.
Get a
Yes,
motion to
Thank
adjourn.
you.
I need a motion to adjourn.
Mhm.
I motion to adjourn.
Thank you.
Oscar, second. Second by. Chair, if you want to. Oh, Maui,
Maui,
perfect.
Mhm.
all
Right,
those in
unanimous.
favor? Aye.
Aye.
Eh,
Bye.
Thank you.
10:10
Opposed?
a.m.
Okay, meeting is adjourned. Thank you. See you all next month. And if not sooner, at some of the great senior activities in Miami Beach. Bye.
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 Bye, everybody.
Bye.